Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got the 1903 World Series coming at you. And we got Beatles and Ken Castro and Tim D in the house. Got a question for you, Beatles. Do you want to join this live? Even Ken or Tim, if you want to join it live. See if they want to join this live. I'll send them an invite. We'll just do it this way instead of sending an invite. There's the link, guys, if you guys want to join this live on StreamYard. Like I say, your faces won't have to be on there. If you want to join in, like I say, I want to make this a community event, not just something I'm doing. I want the whole community to get involved in this. Heck, Beatles can even during some of the game, we'll pick a player and Beatles can read from that almanac if he would like. That'd be awesome. Give the guys a few minutes and see if they want to join up here, and then we'll get going with the game here. Click on this play and get to the game screen here. We got DEACON PHILLIPPE going up against Cy Young in game number 1, folks. And of course, McAfee wants to run right now. That figures. All righty. Let's see here. Make sure the cameras are right. Here we go. We got Beatles in the house here. Hey, what's going on, Beatles, bud? Thanks for joining.
Hey, buddy.
Appreciate it, man. Like I say, maybe you can read some. Thanks for joining.
Wait, let me fix the feedback here.
Gotcha. Appreciate it, man. Like I say, maybe you can read some.
Okay, I think you shouldn't get any bounce back now.
No, sounds good now, buddy.
All right.
Yeah, like I say, I want to make this a community thing. We're not going to rush through this. We're going to have fun. I'm sitting here drinking a Miller Lite, and we're just going to enjoy this. Let's see here. One thing, I'm going to make the ball size. I'm going to make that very big.
All right.
Try that. And I'm going to make the players, let's make them like 120. Okay, the initial camera. We'll do that wide low. And we'll do the center field TV camera for the pitch, see what that looks like. Action, we'll do wide low for it. Animation, speed slow. Let's see here. Follow the ball. Enabled them. Yep. There's a lot of stuff I was fooling with this. It's awesome, ain't it? Man, there's so much you can do with this. It's crazy.
It's amazing.
Oh, it is, bud. Yep. Alrighty, I think that's everything set up right. See what happens here. Okay, we got the starting lineups for your visiting Pittsburgh Pirates. Oh man, I got some interesting stuff I Googled on there about what happened in 1903 at the same time this is going on. Like I say, stuff out west that's going on compared to back east at this time, this blows my mind away because you don't think of those two things happening at the same time. You know, you don't think of a World Series going on with the craziness that was going on out west. Crazy. Alrighty, leading off, playing center field for your Pittsburgh Pirates is Ginger Beaumont. Batting second, playing left field is Fred Clark. Batting third, playing third base is Tommy Leach. Batting fourth, playing shortstop is Hornus Wagner. Batting fifth, playing first base is Kitty Bansfield. Batting sixth, playing second base is Claude Ritchie. Batting seventh, playing right field is Jimmy Sebring. Batting eighth and doing the catching is Ed Phelps. And batting ninth and doing the pitching is the Deacon, PHILLIPPE. And for your hometown, Boston, America, leading off playing left field is going to be Patsy Doherty. Batting second, playing third is Jimmy Collins. Oh, that's another thing. I'm sorry, Beatles. If you could, if you got pictures for these guys, even if it's just this two teams, if you could send them to me, then I can download them in there. It'd be awesome, bud. I'd appreciate it. That way we got some pictures to go with these guys. I don't have anything back that far.
I'll send you anything you want.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Batting third, playing center field is Chuck Stahl. Batting fourth, playing right field is going to be Buck Freeman. Batting fifth, playing shortstop is Freddie Parent. Batting sixth, playing first base is Candy LaChance. He thinks he got teased when he was a kid. Sure. Batting seventh, playing second base is Hob Fierce. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Lou Krieger. And on the mound, doing the pitching is no other than Cy Young. Let's get this game started. Hey, Doug. And here we go. I want to change this to where I'm not managing. I don't want to manage game options. Okay, change this to all AI.
This is a huge ballpark. So there's a little delay here, Dwayne. So I'm going to try to keep my stuff to a minimum.
Oh, no, you're fine, bud. And like I say, I forgot that I got everything set to where I was managing. I don't want to manage. I didn't pay attention to that. All right, there we go. Now we're ready. Okay. Pitch by pitches. Balls in between bats and pitch by pitches off. We look like we're ready to go. Take a panoramic view of the ballpark. This is before Fenway, folks. Is this slower than what you have, Beatles? And here's the 1-0 pitch. That ball is hit down the short over the
Yeah, a little bit.
Get. Oh, Ginger, nice play. And Beaumont is retired for the first out here in the World Series, folks. Let's take a look at Cy Young's stats on the season. He was 28-9 with a 2.0 ERA, folks. And now we got Fred Clark up. He batted .351 on the year with 5 home runs. And does it say how many games he played? I don't see how many games. That's how many at bats. Most of it, that amazed me, Beatles, was that they only had like a 13 or 14.
So, Dwayne, there's going to be a delay by the time you get this. But to look at that, just
like that. There we go. Thank you.
Just click on the batter. Click on any name.
Click on the banner. Okay. There
and then
we go.
real life stats. Yeah, there you go.
Yep. There we go. Yep.
You got it.
104 bats. Yep. Cool. Okay. Plus, if you hover over it, it looks like it does it too, right, Beatles? Yeah. We'll bring it up. Okay. All righty. And here's the pitch to Fred
Yeah,
Clark
clicking
from
on the
Cy
player
Young.
just gives you more detailed stats, like
Yep.
his whole career.
And that's a high fly ball in the right field. And that ball is caught for out number 2. And Freeman makes a nice catch out there. It'll take me a while to get used to this. Sure. Help me out if you want, Beatles, like I say. And that brings up Tommy Leach. And he's batting .351 on the year, folks. And 127 games. He had 7 home runs, which was a heck of a lot of home runs. That's a nice power production out there in that year. That's for sure. All righty. So 2 outs, nobody on. And here's the pitch to Tommy Leach, the 2-2 pitch. And they get him strike 3, and that ends the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Pirates, nothing. Boston coming up. And I think the Pirates won 7-0 in real life, didn't they, Beatles? I think it was something like that. All righty. We got DEACON PHILLIPPE on the mound. He comes into this game. He won 25 games, lost 9. Has a 2.53 ERA in 1903. And the first batter he'll be facing is Patsy Doherty. And he was batting .331 on the year. And 139 games were 4 home runs, 59 RBIs. Here's the first pitch to the Patsy. And a 1-2 count. And he strikes him out. Down goes Doherty. That'll bring up Mr. Jimmy Collins, batting .296 on the year with 5 home runs in 130 games. Here's the pitch from DEACON PHILLIPPE. And on the first pitch, base is empty. He lays down a bunt. The play to the first, and they get him easily. 2 up and 2 down here in the bottom of the first for the Americans. And that'll bring up Chick Stahl. And old Chick's batting .274 on the year, 2 home runs, and 77 games this year. Here's the pitch to Chick from DEACON PHILLIPPE. 2 outs, a ground ball down the short, easy play over the first, and we go to the top of the second, and we got a nothing ball game, folks. And what would you expect with Cy Young and the DEACON out there on the mound?
So in the actual 1903 series, Felipe won 3 of the games. He was tough. So I don't know how you have the rotation set up for these, or how you're going to do that going forward.
I went in Baseball Reference Beatles and found out who started and forced them to start because Out of the Park went with like a 3-man rotation.
Right, which wasn't a dead ball thing.
No,
so
Cy Young and
Felipe,
Deneen,
I
think,
right?
pitched like every other game.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Everything
looks awesome, man. You're doing great.
Well, thank you, bud. Like I say, it'll take me some getting used to. As Steve Tate would say, I can't roll dice with this. A little bit of difference.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was funny when we was doing Action PC with the Shanks, and he says, "Can Dwayne do this without dice?" Huh? So it's going to be hard. That game's a lot easier, I think. Though I'm used to the shadows with it. With this game, it's harder for me to follow the ball. That's one reason I made it bigger. All righty, here we go to the top of the second. We got Honus Wagner batting .353 on the year with 5 home runs. Excuse me, in 129 games. They played, 141 that year, Beatles?
Yeah, the 154 game season didn't become standard until I think about 10 years after this, 7 to 10 years
that
after.
ball is well hit. Look at that, off the wall and left. And Honus Wagner's got himself a lead-off double for the Pirates on a 2-2 pitch. And yeah, like I say, and They didn't put no asterisk when old Babe Ruth hit in 61 home runs. Yeah. And that'll bring up Kitty Ansfield, first baseman, hitting 265 with 2 home runs. And he played in 127 games with 57 RBIs. And here's the pitch to Kitty from Cy Young with a runner on at second and nobody out, folks. And Hornus Wagner's off with the pitch. A nice bunt over the first, and they get him, but Hornus Wagner standing down at third with 1 out here in the top of the second. I think I want to change this darn speed here. What I got that on, Beatles? I couldn't remember. Let's see here, game option. That seems awful slow as far as the text. What am I looking at here, Beatles? Help me out.
What, you're wanting to change the text speed or the play?
Yeah, it's awful slow.
Yeah, so play by play is what
play
you
by
want to
play
look
is what I'm
for.
looking.
Yeah,
Is it in the middle here?
Looking here. Let me maximize this other screen here. Because once you set this, it just stays set by default.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. Scroll down.
Scroll down
All the way down. Yeah. See play-by-play options. You have it at normal. So the way I do it is a little bit different. I have it at almost instant because I rarely look at
I got it at very slow, don't I?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I don't know how much you look at it. Like I just reference it in case there's a weird play because you can always scroll up on the play-by-play. I set mine.
Yeah, if I don't like it instant, we can go back and change it, but that's way too slow.
Yeah.
Geez, that was driving me crazy. All right, thank you, bud.
Now, the other thing is you have your
okay, let me go back.
You have your 3D animation speed set at slow too. That's why we were like, what's going on? I don't know if you want that or not. So you want to go where the hell is it? I can't grab your mouse and show you.
Okay.
So
I'll scroll up to the top here. And then you tell me if I got to scroll down.
Yeah. I'm just looking really quickly. Sorry, guys. This will only happen the first time.
Exactly.
Yeah. So many options in this game. It's
exactly. It's wonderful.
Disgusting. Okay. Right down. It's like 5 things down from your mouse. You'll see 3D animation and camera options.
Yeah, very slow. What do you put it at?
So what I do, this was by Chris Slovic. He said this was a great idea. Put it at slightly slow because that way it looks more realistic with the scope of the ballpark.
Gotcha. Slightly slow.
That's how I play it, and it works out really nicely.
Cool.
So this should now you should see it perked up a bit, but it'll look more realistic.
Gotcha.
Right, I'm going to go back on mute.
Oh, no, bud, you're fine. You don't have to be on mute. You can tune in anytime you want, man.
Oh, no, I mean, I'm still here, but...
Yep.
All
right, we got Claude Ritchie up here, batting 287 with no home runs, 59 RBIs on the year, and he played in 138 games. And here's the pitch with Hornus Wagner down at third, 1 out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second, and that'll drive in Hornus Wagner. And just like that, the Pirates take a 1-0 lead here, folks. Nice job by Ritchie to get the run in. And that brings up Jimmy Sebring, batting 277 on the year with 4 home runs and 64 RBIs. And Jimmy played in 124 games. And here's the pitch from Cy Young to Jimmy. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short over the first, and that'll end the inning. But the Pirates score 1 and take a 1-0 lead. And we go to the bottom of the second. We're going to have up Freeman, Parent, and LaChance due up here for the Americans. Almost called them the Red Sox. I got to watch myself with that. All righty. The Deacons ready to throw the pitch to Buck Freeman. Buck's batting 287 on the year, 13 home runs. I wonder if that led the league that year with 104 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Buck. And that ball is driven into center field, and Belmont makes a nice catch out there, and that'll be out number 1 here in the second. And that'll bring up Freddie Parent, and he's batting a 300 with 304 on the year with 4 home runs in 139 games. And he had 80 RBIs on the year, folks. And here's the pitch from the Deacon. 2-1 count. And he flies that ball out the center too. And Belmont lets it drop in front of him. That's going to be a stand-up double as he misplays that ball, folks. Are they going to give him an error on that play, or are they going to give him a – nope, they're going to give him an error. That's a single and an error. And the first error of the game, Ken. Freeman did lead the league in home runs, Ken. I figured. Yeah, with 13 home runs, sure. That was a lot back then. Who did have the record, Ken, for home runs until Babe Ruth? Was it him? And now we got Candy LaChase up.
So the lifetime record for home runs before Babe Ruth was Roger Connor, actually.
Oh, Roger Connor? Cool.
Yep, from the 19th century. Now, the guy who hit the most home runs in the dead ball era was Gabby Cravath of the Phillies.
All righty, and now we got Candy LaChase up. 257 hitter in the year, 1 home run, 53 RBIs. And Candy played in 141 games, played in every game, folks. And here's the pitch for the Deacon now with Freddie out at second, 1 out. And here's the 2-0 pitch. And that ball is going to be driven in the left field, and that's going to find the gap, folks. And this game's going to be tied up just like that. The chance is headed for third. It's a brown-eyed, handsome man, and he slides in there. No need to do that. He's got a what, Beatles?
He's got a triple.
Got that right. And it's 1 apiece. And now we got a runner down at third and only 1 out. And they're playing the defense back. And here comes, is that Hobb or Hobe?
That's Hobe Ferris.
Hobe? Okay, I wasn't sure if he pronounced it Hobb or Hobe. Hobe Ferris batting .251 on the year, 9 home runs, 66 RBIs, and he played in every game, 141. Like I say, Pirates are playing back, not bringing the infield in. Here's the 2-1 pitch. He squares the bunt and takes that inside, folks.
What I find impressive about out-of-the-park baseball is how well it plays dead ball baseball.
Oh,
that's exactly what you
great,
would do.
don't it?
Oh yeah, that's exactly what you would do. But what's funny here is because in modern baseball we're not used to this, but here's the number 7 slot hitter with a runner on third, and he's going to bunt. I mean, a lot of people get down on out of the park baseball for weird reasons, but it plays baseball so really well.
Well, I enjoy watching you all play it. I haven't played it much at all, just a handful of games to try to get used to it. But yeah, I think it does a great job. And like I said, that's one reason I didn't want to manage. I might manage when we get in the 70s or something with teams I know, but I don't want to screw it up and be managing a team and handicap them. You know what I'm saying? Unless I manage both teams and handicap both of them.
See, and I'm fine. I'm fine until I get to the 1960s. And I'm like, I'm going to let the computer manage, you know?
Yeah, I hear you, Beatles. Yeah, I'm the other way around. I get to those teams, I'll know them and know how to manage them, you know? But here I'd be like, what the heck? And then, like I say, I definitely don't want to manage just one team and let the AI beat the shit out of me. All righty, we got a 1-1 game, and it's a 3-1 count, though, with LaChance down at third. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and that ball is driven in the center field. Is that going to be deep enough to score? And no, he's going to hold at third. A big out there. 2 down now. Runner on at third. And that'll bring up Lou Krieger. And Lou's batting only a .192, folks. 3 home runs on the year. He only had 300 and some at bats, so he didn't play a heck of a lot. 96 games, and not only backup for, I think, the Boston is the backup catcher, Beatles. I don't think they got another backup on the whole team. I think he's the only non-pitcher. I think his name is Power. Could be wrong. Am I right?
Yeah. So yeah. So you didn't, again, because you have such a small roster in these times. So that's the other reason it makes it fun to manage these teams.
Yeah, exactly. It's not, you put the lineup out there and you decide what you want to do while they're out there. It ain't no, I'm going to take him out and move him here. Yeah.
Nope.
Yep. That's American League Baseball now, ain't it? Or now it's baseball, period. Put your starting lineup out there, of course, with the relief pitchers. All righty, here's the pitch to 2-2, and he strikes him out, and they get out of the inning with only 1 run scoring. It's a tie ball game again, folks. We go to the top of the 3rd, and we're going to have leading off for the Pittsburgh Pirates is Mr. Phelps, followed by the Deacon, and then back to the top of the lineup in Belmont. And Ed Phelps is batting .282 on the year, 2 home runs, 31 RBIs, and 81 games. And here's the first pitch from Cy Young here in the top of the 3rd, 1-0 count. And he pulls that ball in the center field, folks. And that's going to be in there for an out. Nice play by Stahl. 1 down here in the 2nd. 3rd, rather. I'll get it right. And we got the Deacon batting .210 on the year because we don't need no stinking DH. 36 games he played, 25-9 on the year. And can he get a base hit off his counterpart here, folks? Here's the 1-2 pitch. And that ball is hit in the right field. Heading back underneath of it, makes the catch for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down. And Freeman throws the ball back in. And here comes the top of the order. And
I'm going to throw out a trivia question for the chat.
Sure.
No cheating, guys. So the first home run in World Series history was hit in this World Series. Who was it? So there's a trivia question.
Cool. Now, does this tell you what he did in the game here? Yeah. But it doesn't tell you exactly what he did, does it?
No, unfortunately, I wish.
And that's the only thing with this gamer. I thought so. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah. It tells you that he's 0 for whatever, but doesn't tell you exactly what he did, correct?
Exactly. That's a feature that Action PC Baseball has that I wish this one did.
Yes, same with Digital Diamond. I like that too. Yep. All righty, here is the pitch to Ginger. And it's the 1-2 count. And he hits that ball down the short, slow roller over to first, and they get him, and that'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 3rd, knotted up at 1 apiece. And we got Cy Young due up in the top of the order, and Doherty and Collins. Cy Young on the season batting .321, folks. Tell me you need a stinking DHY. 1 home run, 14 RBIs. Can't take him lightly. Here's the pitch from the Deacon. And it is first pitch swinging, and that ball is looped in the center field. Out there's Belmont, and he makes the catch for out number 1. We go back to the top of the order, and we got Patsy Doherty, and he is 0 for 1 today. And here's the pitch from Phelps. 1-2 count. And he drives that ball down the first. Nice play by Bansfield. Nice leap and catch, and robs him, Doherty, of a base hit, maybe a double. And it's 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. Collins is up. He's 0 for 1 today. Here's the pitch from PHILLIPPE, and that ball is down the 3rd. Easy ground ball over the first. 1-2-3 goes to Americans. We're going to the top of the 4th now. Cy Young's going to be facing Clark, Leach, and Hornus Wagner. And Freddie's 0 for 1 today. The old Patsy, exactly. And here's the pitch from Cy Young to Clark. And he strikes him out on the 2-2 pitch. 1 down here in the top of the 4th. And that'll bring up Tommy Leach. He's 0 for 1 today. And here's the 1-0 count. And that ball is hit down the 3rd. Over to first. Collins makes a nice play and gets him for 2 up and 2 down. And now we go to Hornus Wagner, who singled and reached second on an error his first time up. And here's the pitch from Cy Young. And the 2-1 count. And Hornus drives that ball down the 3rd. Easy play over the first. And Pirates go 1, 2, 3 here in the top of the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth, all knotted up. You got Stahl, Freeman, and Parent due up here. And Stahl's 0 for 1 today. And here's the 2-1 pitch from the Deacon, and that ball is hit into center field, and that drops in for a base hit, folks, and he's going in there. No, it didn't. See, that's what messes me up, and that was even down at short. Sorry about that, guys. Popped up in the infield, 1 down, and that'll bring up Buck Freeman, 0 for 1 today. 1 out and nobody on after I screwed that call all up. And here's the 1-2 pitch, and Freeman, excuse me, goes back to the dugout as Richie retires him for 2 outs. And we got old Freddie up now. He's 1 for 1. And here's the pitch from Cy Young, 2 outs, nobody on. And his first pitch swinging. That is hit down the first. He'll take it himself. Oh, no, he doesn't. He takes it and throws it over to Deacon, and that'll end the inning, folks. We go to the bottom of the fourth, and we got LaChance, Ferris, and Cryer due up here. Chance is 1 for 1 today. He's got an RBI, driven in the only run, and he was safe. I'm screwing this all up. And he's off and running, folks, and he's in there with a stolen base. So now we got a runner on at second and 2 outs if I can get this crap straight. And
hey, Dwayne, just a tip.
Yeah.
Even though it looks cool, the dynamic camera action view is going to mess you up more than I never use it.
Okay, let's change that then.
Right. So what you can do then is after you turn off. So actually, yeah. So when you go to dynamic, do you see it? All right. Because then I'll tell you the little cheat I do.
Might be down here further.
Yeah, because you want to turn off, because a lot of times if you have a play in the outfield, it'll focus like on the outfielder, but you don't know what the runner's doing.
Dynamic camera.
Yeah, I'd set that to
off.
no. Set that to no. And then you just use that super stats replay if you want to like look at a play again. And that
Gotcha.
you can do that from in game.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Beatles, because like I say, it's screwing the crap out of me. Okay, now we'll go back here. Let's see if this is a little better. So here's the 2-1 pitch to LaChance. Like I say, Freddie down at second. And that ball is driven down the first. He'll take it himself, and that'll finally end the inning after I screwed that whole inning up.
So, cousin, interesting about the first World Series. So while Barney Dreyfuss wouldn't pass up the PR or the cash, here's an interesting thing. He, back in those days, right, before Landis, you had even owners betting. So Dreyfuss actually bet on the Pirates to win the World Series, and they were favored. But with Wagner and Doheny out, right? So the Pirates lost, and Dreyfuss actually paid. So the losing Pittsburgh Pirates got paid more per player than the winning Boston Americans. And even his players said no. They loved Barney Dreyfuss pretty much. And they said, no, it's okay. You lost the bet. We understand. And Dreyfuss still not only paid his debt on losing the bet, he actually paid the Pirates what he promised them. And so they actually got paid more than Boston, who won the series.
That's crazy.
And the other thing, Phillippe's record as far as pitching complete games, he pitched 5 complete games in this World Series, and that's a record that's never going to be broken.
Darn.
5.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Jeez, Pete.
Yeah.
And probably threw about, 130, 150 pitches a game?
Oh, yeah. The old saying back then was, and in fact, it wasn't just like this baseball maxim, but it was pitchers themselves said that it was shameful if you didn't go the whole 9. It's just a different game.
Oh, exactly. Yep. All righty, here we go with Barnesfield up, followed by Richie and then Sebring. And it's a tie ball game, folks, here in the top of the 5th. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 out here in the 5th. And that is Young's third strikeout of the game, folks. And that brings up Richie, and he is 0 for 1 today, but he does have an RBI. He drove in Hornus Wagner from third. Here's the pitch, the 1-2 pitch. And that ball is hit in the left field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. That's a lot better now. Thank you, Beatles. Yeah,
And
a lot
now
better.
the answer to your trivia question is the man coming up to bat. He hit the first home run in World Series history, Jimmy Sebring, and he hit it off Cy Young in Game 1.
Oh, did he?
The series.
See
Yep.
if history repeats itself. Give
Wouldn't,
the Pirates
that'd be scary.
That would be, wouldn't it? Yeah, and give them a 3-1 lead. That would be awesome. 2-0 pitch. Nope. Hit down the short, bobbled. He's going to be safe on an error. They're going to give him an infield hit on that. Come on now. That should have been an error. No way. Yeah, I'd have gave him an error on that. So we got first and second, 1 out now. And that'll bring up Eddie Phelps. He's 0 for 1 today. Got Richie down at second, Sebring down at first. Here's the pitch from Cy Young, the 1-1 pitch. That ball is hit down the second. Are they going to turn 2? Yes, they are. And that'll end the inning, folks. And nothing across for the Pirates as we go to the bottom of the 5th. We got Ferris, Cryer, and Young due up here against Deacon. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that ball is hit down the third. He's up with it over to first. And that'll be out number 1. And that'll bring up Cryer. And Cryer's 0 for 1 today.
The other thing, Dwayne, I'll wait till after this at bat.
Oh, sure, bud. 3-1 pitch. And that ball is hit down the third. Easy play. 2 up and 2 down. Go ahead, Beatles.
Yeah, again, this is just personal preference, but I find out of the park baseball, for me, a lot easier to call if I turn off follow ball. That's just me.
Gotcha. We'll try.
But again, you might just see if you like it. If not, you can always turn it back on. I just find it to be disorienting. So this way, you're just going to see the whole field, no camera movement or anything like that.
Yeah, we'll give it a try, bud, because like I say, I'm not used to this. Like I say, Action PC, I screw up a little bit, but this one, well, I think that was when me and Aaron was doing that 90, 83 with
this
you,
one's
wasn't
more
it?
of a challenge to live broadcast than Action
Yes, it
PC.
is.
Yep.
But it's fun. I enjoy it.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And like I say, the graphics, I think they're damn good. Here's Cy Young up now. 2 outs, nobody on. He's 0 for 1 today. And he strikes out Cy Young, and that's the end of the 5th. We go to the 6th. It's still a 1-1 tie, folks. And that'll bring up Deacon, followed by Belmont and Clark. Can Deacon get a hit and start this inning off for the Pirates? That ball is driven into the gap out and right. Nice diving catch by Freeman. Sure. Robs Deacon of a base hit, maybe a double. Nice play. Let's redo that one. And super slow-mo. Heck of a catch. Darn. Nice play, man. So 1 out now, back to the top of the order, and Belmont. He's 0 for 2 today, and he gets something started here for the Pirates. And that's a slow grounder down the second, over the first, out number 2. And that'll bring up Mr. Clark. Mr. Clark's 0 for 2 today. 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be slow roller down the third. Not even going to make a throw. So with 2 outs, Clark gets up, and here comes the man.
Clark was
Tommy Leach. I thought Hornus.
Fred Clark was fast, and he was made player manager of the Pirates when he was, I think, 28 or 29.
Darn.
Yeah, and he was a brilliant manager and a great baseball player, and somebody who's largely forgotten now, unfortunately. But he was a great, great player. Yeah,
exactly, Ken. I think it's been a great game so far. Pitchers do it like you expect. So we got a runner on at first, 2 outs for Tommy Leach. He's 0 for 2 today. And that is hit up the middle. Easy play, takes it himself, steps on the bag, and that'll end the inning. Score is still knotted up at 1 apiece as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Got the top of the order due up here for Boston. Doherty, Collins, and Stahl. And Deacon keep this a tie ball game, folks. That's a base hit up the middle. I'd call that an error. They're giving that a base hit. Sure. I think that should be 2 errors on that. But, oh well, I'm not the official scorekeeper. So we got a runner on at first and Doherty. Jimmy Collins up now. He's 0 for 2. Pirates are looking for a ground ball double play. Is Doherty going to take off and try to steal second? Hey, legends, what's going on? And Chris, that's bunted back to the mound. Only plays over the first. And he's safe at first, folks. We got first and second and nobody out. Nice job by Collins at racing down the first. So here comes Stahl up now. Runners on first and second, nobody out on a tie game. Here's the pitch from Deacon. And that is hit back to the mound. He goes over the first for the first out of the ball game, but you got second and third here in the bottom of the 6th. And they're going to bring the infield in, folks. For Buck Freeman, he's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch from Deacon. And he walks him to load the bases, folks. Might not be a bad idea. Sets up the double play and to force at any base. They're going to keep the infield in. Here comes Freddie. He's batting 2 for 2 today, so that might have not been the smartest move he did. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And he tags that into center field. And that's a nice catch, but it will drive in a run. Let's look at that, folks. And that makes it a 2-1 Boston lead here. Nice play by Belmont, though. That would have been a 2 or 3 runs at least. Cool. So now you got 2 outs. Collins on at second, Freeman at first. For the Candy Man, he's 1 for 2. And here's the 2-1 pitch. That's hit down the second on a line drive, and that'll end the inning. But the Americans score 1 and take a 2-1 lead as we go to the top of the 7th. We got Wagner, Barnes filled in, Richie due up. Hornets is 1 for 2 with a single and made it to second on the air and came in to score the only run for the Pirates. Here's the pitch from Cy Young. Full count on him. That ball's lifted in the center field, and that'll be out number 1. Stahl comes in and makes a nice catch. That'll bring up Barnesfield. He's 0 for 1 today. Must have walked in, I take it. And no, he didn't, so I don't know how he got on. And he's first pitch swinging, folks. That ball's lifted in the air. And Stahl makes another catch. 2 fly balls, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. And it's up to Richie to keep this inning alive here for the Pirates. And here's the full count. And that ball's hit up the middle, base hit. Can the Pirates start a 2-out rally here, folks? And that'll bring up Jimmy Sebring. Can he get the home run Beatles was telling us about and give the Pirates a 3-2 lead here? Here's the pitch from Cy Young. 2-2 count. It's fisted off the bat over to second himself, and that'll end the inning. And the Pirates lead 1, and we go to the 7th inning stretch. You got something you want to read, Beatles?
Tell you what, I'll look up an entry, and maybe we can do it at the top of the 8th.
Okay, sounds good, bud.
All right.
You pick anybody you want. I don't care, bud. Alrighty, we're in the bottom of the 7th. You got, who we got up here? We got Barris, Cryer, and Young. The bottom part of the order due up here for Boston. And Deacon, it's got 1 walk, 3 strikeouts through 7. He's trailing 2-1, folks. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That ball's lifted into center field. It drops in for a base hit. And here comes the Americans with a leadoff single. And that'll bring up Lou Cryer. He's 0 for 2 today. Can they get a ground ball double play here? It's what the Pirates are looking for. He lays down a nice bunt. Only play's going to be the first, and he's got it. We're out number 1. That's going to bring up Cy Young. Cy Young is 0 for 2 today. Got a runner in scoring position with 1 out. And he's first pitch swinging. That ball is in the left field for a base hit. He held up. He's coming around and decides to hold it third. We got runners on the corners now, folks. Or the Pirates going to bring the infield in just at the corners. They're going to play back at second and short, looking for a double play ball. Here comes Patsy Doherty. He's 1 for 3 today, folks. And here's the 2-1 pitch. And that ball is down the short, over to second, over to first. Double play. And the Pirates get out of it with nobody scoring. And we go to the top of the 8th. It's 2-1 Boston.
All right. So I thought since we're in Boston, we would do Patsy Doherty. Why not? All right.
Yeah, go for it, buddy.
All right, here we go. Patrick Henry Doherty. Well, I guess his parents were a bit patriotic, weren't they? He was born October 27th, 1876 in Andover, New York. Died April 30th, 1940 in Bolivar, New York. He made his major league debut April 19th, 1902 with Boston. He batted lefty, threw right. Big guy, 6'2", 190. So Boston Americans left fielder Patsy Doherty became the first player to hit 2 homers. So there you go, Cousin Ken. He was the first to hit 2 home runs in a World Series, not the first homer. In one World Series as he connected in the very first Fall Classic in 1903. He hit both in Game 2 to help give Bill Dineen a 3-0 victory. The first was a leadoff inside the park blast deep to right center off starter Sam Lever after being hit by a pitch. His next time up, Doherty knocked the second over the left field fence off Bucky Vail. They were the only 2 World Series homers Doherty would hit in 14 postseason contests. But few others had much luck hitting home runs in the World Series either. After Doherty's 2 blasts, this is crazy, no one homered in the World Series until 1908, when Joe Tinker of the Cubs hit one against Detroit in Game 2, a span of 23 series games. Doherty was the first batter ever at New York's Hilltop Park, stepping in against the Highlanders on April 30th, 1903. He became a Highlander the following June. Despite leading the American League in runs in 1903 and 1904, he was unable to get along with manager Clark Griffith. After a June 1906 fistfight with Griffith, New York placed Doherty on waivers. He was claimed by Fielder Jones' hitless wonders White Sox and ended up the season with his 2nd world championship. 4 times in his career, Doherty ruined no-hitters, his last victim being Detroit's Ed Summers on July 29, 1910. The fleet-footed left-handed batter led the American League in stolen bases in 1907 and swiped 261 bags in his 10-year career. So that's Patsy Doherty.
That's awesome. Oh, he was born to be a Yankee, fighting just like the rest of them, huh? Yeah,
absolutely.
And
would love to see him. I think he would have kicked Billy Martin's butt.
I just watched the documentary on MLB Network with Billy. I love Billy Martin. He was a fighter, just wasn't a good fighter. Sure. Yeah. And they was telling the story about the Coca Cabana, and it was Mickey's son telling the story, and he says his dad swears that Billy didn't even start the fight. It was Scourin started the fight, and poor Billy gets in trouble and gets traded to the Twins. Yeah, crazy. I love me some Billy Martin. I can't believe they don't have him in the Hall of Fame as a manager. It's a shame.
Considering that the Copa was kind of run by the mob back in those days, Billy was lucky to just get traded to the Twins, right?
Well, he was
Jeez.
actually, they was taken up for Sammy Davis Jr. A bunch of locals is in there. They set up a bowling team was giving Sammy Davis a blast of crap, and like Mickey's story is, Moose got up to do something about it. And of course, they all went over and they got in a fight, and Billy gets in trouble and gets going. Of course, they try to get rid of Billy because you couldn't get rid of the chairman of the board, or Mick. So,
story of Billy's life, right?
Yeah, exactly. All righty, we got the top of the 8th here, folks, and getting late. Here comes the Pirates. They got to get something going. They got the bottom part of the order due up here. Phelps, Phillippe, and then back to the top with Belmont. See if they can do some damage here against Cy Young in the 8th inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That ball is in the right field for a base hit. Way to start the 8th inning here. Pirates, runner on at first and nobody out. And that'll bring up a pitch hitter, and Harry Smith, the only pitch hitter they got on the bench, folks. And Harry Smith is batting $175 on the year. He played in 61 games, no home runs, 19 RBIs. Can he come through? See if he lays down a bunt and tries to get Ed in the scoring position here, folks. He lays down a bunt out in front of the plate, only play to first, and that'll get the runner in the scoring position with 1 out here in the top of the order. Can Belmont deliver here? Ed, about average speed down at second. Here's the pitch, 1 out. And he's first pitch swinging, folks. And that ball is hit down the first. And that'll be out number 2. A chance with a nice play. Take a look at that, folks. Hit right at him. Had to catch that or it got hurt. So 2 outs now. Runner on at second for Clark. Can Fred come through? He's 1 for 3 against Cy Young. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that's hit down the short over to Chance, and that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 2-1 Boston, folks. And we got Collins, Stahl, and Freeman. And we got Bucky Vale coming in here to pitch. And Bucky on the year, he pitched in 12 games with a 5-3 record with a 3.82 ERA. It'll have Collins, Stahl, and Freeman due up here against him. And Jimmy was 1 for 3 today. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that ball's hit down to Richie over the first for out number 1 here in the 8th. See if Vale can keep this a 1-run game and give the Pirates a chance in the top of the 9th. We'll have Leach, Wagner, and Barsfield due up. Here's Stahl. Stahl's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch from Bucky. 0-2 pitch. And that ball is hit down the second for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down. And that brings up Buck Freeman. He's 0 for 2 today. Can Vale get out of this inning with nobody scoring, folks? Here's the 1-2 pitch. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. We go to the top of the 9th in a 1-run ball game here in the first game of the 1903 World Series. Just to give you an idea of what's going on in the country in 1903. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but Tom Horn died in 1903. Crazy. Gunfighter out west died in 1903. Nuts. So we got Leach, Wagner, and Barsfield due up here. We got the 3-4-5 hitters. You can't ask for much more than that. Tommy's 0 for 3. Here's the pitch from Cy Young. 2-1 pitch. He's trying to lay down a bunt. He misses it. And here's the 2-2 count now. And that ball is hit down the second. He bobbles it, folks, and the Pirates get an extra out here. Can they take advantage of it? Runner on at first, nobody out for Hornus Wagner. Not what you want to see if you're an American fan. And Wagner come through here, folks. He's 1 for 3. He singled and reached second on an air and came around to score the only run for Pittsburgh. And he's squaring around, and he fouls that one off. And it's an 0-2 count now on Wagner. And that ball's hit down the second. Only plays over the first. Gets the tie and run in the scoring position there with 1 out. So he gets the job done. And that'll be up to Kitty. He's 0 for 2. Tommy down at second. Here's the pitch from Cy Young. He's first pitch swinging, folks, and that's down the third. Slow roller over to first. Tying runs 90 feet away with 2 outs. Again, Claude Ritchie, who's 2 for 3, he's hit Cy Young well today. Can he do it, folks? Tie this game up and send us to the bottom of the 9th at least. And that's hit back to Cy Young over to first, and that's your ball game, folks. And Boston wins this game 2-1. Nice job by Cy Young. Take a look here at the box score, folks. That was a great game, Beatles. World Series gets off to a great, quiet start today with the host Boston Americans taking a low-scoring 2-1 win over the Pittsburgh Pirates. Boston's right-hander Cy Young was marvelous as the Huntington Avenue crowd. The Americans now hold a 1-0 lead. The Pirates had trouble solving Young, who surrendered 1 run on 6 hits over 9 innings. Young says it feels good to get this one in. The next game is going to be in Beantown, and they don't have a day off. So let's look here at the box score. You had Clark and Wagner. And Ritchie was 2 for 4. Not a bad game for him. Just spread those few hits over the 9 innings. Pirates left and 5 men on base. Wagner, they gave Wagner a double on that? I didn't think they did. I thought that was an error. So, yeah, I got that wrong. Yeah, I thought he misplayed that and they gave him an error. You had the triple by LaChance. Then you had 5 men left on base for the Boston. So, a lot of opportunities. Old Deacon goes 7 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, walked 1, struck out 3. Just had Cy Young pitching a hell of a game. 9 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, struck out 3. This is awesome.
Mike Silva's here. He says, now that he's here, you should do another one.
Well, I don't care. What time is it? You up for another one?
It's 9:59.
It's 10 o'clock?
Yeah. It's 9:59.
You up for another one?
Oh, yeah. I'm just sitting here being in Egypt watching. I'm loving it. It's 1903.
Okay. We'll do another one. I don't give a crap. Yeah. Here, let's save this. Make sure nothing stupid happens. Sure don't want to lose that. Power go off with something crazy. Yeah, we'll do game number 2. What's this mean?
So all that is with out of the park baseball. You can configure. Just click no thanks.
Alrighty.
Right there. Now you're all ready to rock.
Alrighty. All right, I think it's the same lineup. Oh no, Harry Smith's going to be playing, going catching. So here we go. We got Sam Lever on the mound and Bill Deneen rather on the mound. And I think other than that, it's the same lineups, ain't it? Yeah. Oh no, like I say, Harry Smith starting. So leading off for your Pittsburgh Pirates is Ginger Belmont playing center field. Batting second, playing left field is going to be Fred Clark. Batting third, playing third's Tommy Leach. Batting fourth, playing shortstop is Hornus Ragnar. Batting fifth, playing first base is Kitty Bronzefield. Batting sixth, playing second base is Clyde Ritchie. Batting seventh, playing right field, is Jimmy Sebring. And batting eighth on the catching's Harry Smith. And batting ninth on the mound for your Pittsburgh Pirates is Sam Lever. And for the Boston Americans, batting leadoff, playing left field, is Patsy Doherty. Playing third, batting second's Jimmy Collins. Batting second rather. Batting third, playing center field, is Chick Stahl. Batting fourth, playing right field, is Buck Freeman. Batting fifth, playing shortstop, is Freddie Parrott. Batting sixth, and playing first base, is Candy LaChance. Batting seventh, playing second base, is Fierce. And doing the catching, batting eighth, is Lou Cryer. And on the mound, doing the pitching for the Boston Americans, is Bill Deneen. Let's get this game started, folks, as we head back to Boston for game number 2. Yeah, I think Cy Young ends up coming in the game in real life. And don't get me wrong, I think it was something like that. Something crazy. Now it was game 3, I think. I looked it up. Hughes comes in and pitches, and Cy Young comes in after 2 innings. Something nuts. All righty, folks. So we got Belmont, Clark, and Leach to lead off this game against Bill. And, oh, that's good. It does give you the playoffs. Oh, Ginger is 0 for 4 here in the World Series, folks. Here's the pitch from Bill. And he's first pitch swinging, folks. And that ball is driven into right field. Man, nice play. Robs him of a single, probably a double. Let's take a look at that. Jeez, you Pete's, that would have been a nice way to start this game off. That ball was driven. Nice play by Freeman out there. Nice dive and stop, sure. Definitely took extra bases away from Ginger. Now to bring up Freddie Clark. Yeah, exactly. All righty, that brings up Clark. Batting .250 in the World Series. He's 1 for 4. Here's the pitch from Bill. And a 1-2 count. And that ball is hit down the third. And Clark is out at first. Nice play by Freddie over at third. 2 up and 2 down. That brings up Tommy Leach. Can he keep this first inning alive here for the Pirates, folks? Here's the 3-1 pitch. And that ball is hit down the short. Easy play. 1-2-3 goes the Pirates. We head to the bottom of the first. Pirates, nothing. Boston coming up. Doherty, Collins, and Stahl to face Sam. Sam's record was 25-7 on the year with a 2.06 ERA in 36 games. He'll be facing Patsy Doherty. He's 1 for 4 in the World Series. Here's the pitch from Sam. A 2-2 count. And that ball is hit down the second, over the first. And he's in there safe, folks. So we got a leadoff runner aboard here for Boston. That'll bring up Jimmy Collins. He's 1 for 4 on the World Series. Got Doherty at first, nobody out. Is Jimmy going to lay down a bunt? No, he's swinging away down the third, over to second to first. Double play. And that's 2 outs. Nobody on now for Stahl. Stahl's 0 for 3 in the World Series. Here's the pitch from Sam Lever. It's a 3-0 count. And that's low for ball 4, folks. He walks on down the first. So now, how big was that double play now? Nobody on with that walk. That would have been bases loaded maybe. So we got a runner down at first. 2 outs for Buck Freeman, who's 0 for 3 in the World Series. And that ball is lifted in the left field. Drops in for a base hit. They're heading for third. That ball gets away from them, folks. He's going to stop at third. We got runners at second and third. And that'll bring up Freddie Parrott. He's 2 for 2 in the World Series, folks. And here's the pitch from Sam. 1-1 count. And that ball is high pop up in the infield. And that'll end the inning. We still got a 0-0 game as we head to the top of the second. We got Wagner, Barsfield, and Ritchie due up here against Deneen. And Horness is 1 for 4 in the World Series. Here's the pitch from Bill, the 2-1 count. And he squares and lays down a bunt right out in front of the plate. Fires down the first. And that'll be out number 1 as Cryer throws him out. And that'll bring up Kitty Barnesfield. He's 0 for 3 in the World Series. And here's the pitch. He's first pitch swinging here, folks. And that ball is driven into the gap in right field, but Stahl makes the catch. 2 up and 2 down. And it is up to Claude Ritchie to keep this inning alive. He's 2 for 4 in the World Series. And he's swinging on the first pitch. That ball's lifted into the air. And that ball is going to be caught in the infield, and that's 3 up and 3 down. We go to the bottom of the second. It's still 0-0. LaChance and Ferris and Cryer is due up here. And LaChance is 1 for 3, folks, in the World Series. Here's the pitch from Lever. It's a 2-1 count. That ball is hit down the second. Easy play for out number 1. And that'll bring up Fierce. And he's 1 for 3, old Ferris is. Here's the pitch. 3-2 count, full count on him. And he swings that pitch out of the strike zone for out number 2. First strikeout of the game for Sam. That'll bring up Blue Cryer. He's 0 for 2 in the World Series. And here's the 0-2 count on him. Can he get back-to-back strikeouts? Yes, he does. Sets them down. 1, 2, 3 goes the Americans. We go to the top of the third. We got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Pirates. It's Sebring, Smith, and Lever. And Jimmy's batting .333 in the World Series. Let's see if he can start this third inning off for the Pirates with a hit. Oh, and he gets hit by the pitch, and he takes his base. I don't think that was done on purpose. Don't want to hit the leadoff batter in a 0-0 game. And that'll bring up Mr. Smith, his second at bat of the World Series. Let's see if he's going to lay down a bunt here with Sebring down at first, folks. He's swinging away. That ball is hit in the left field. That ball drops in there for a base hit, and he's down at third. We got runners on the corner and nobody out here in the top of the third. And that'll bring up Sam Lever. And let's see what Sam hit in the regular season. Let's see. Does it give his batting stats? That's his pitching stats.
So just go to real life stats.
Real life stats, okay.
Go real life stats, and then, yeah, it'll default to that. And up there, just for future reference, Dwayne, see up there in the upper left corner where it says view?
Gotcha.
No, not that. Right. But I wanted to show you, if you go into view where all the stats are, you'll see a little button that says view. Go to your right. Keep going to your right. Yeah, you're on the now too far. Right. So right where the stats are. There you go.
Oh, gotcha.
You can view basic batting, expanded, and then expanded batting. You'll also do the same for pitchers. See?
Oh, gotcha, bud. Yep.
Yeah. So if you want to get a more complete story, there you go.
Yep, gotcha. So what did he bat in 1903? Batted 165. All righty. See if Sam can deliver here on his own. You got runners on the corner. Smith at first. Sebring at third. Here is the 1-1 count. He lays down a bunt. Runner goes down the second. They hold it third, and he's going to be in there safe. We got bases juice, folks. Nobody out. Pirates knocking on the door, trying to bust this game open. Here comes Belmont. He's 0 for 1 today, folks. Can he deliver here and get the Pirates on the board? Here's the 1-0 pitch to Ginger, and that ball's hit down the third. He's going to hold on, and that's going to be an infield hit, folks, and it's 1-0 Pirates, and still nobody out. Oh, Bill Dineen's in all kinds of trouble here. We got Fred Clark up, folks. He's 0 for 1 today. And he's first pitch swinging. That ball's lifted in the center field. Is it deep enough to score the runner? No, he holds first out of the inning. Still bases juiced. And that's going to bring up Tommy Leach. Tommy is 0 for 1 today. Can he deliver here and put the Pirates up by 3 maybe with a base hit? That ball is hit out the right field, and that's their tag. Here comes the play at the plate. It's offline, and the Pirates take a 2-0 lead. Now 2 outs, runners on the corner for Hornis, Wagner. You got Sam down at third, Belmont down at first. Here's the pitch to Wagner. He's 0 for 1 today, and it's a full count on Hornis. And that ball is lifted in the left field, and that drops in, and it's 3-0. Here's the play to third. It's cut off. First and third. 3-0 Pirates. And that'll get Kitty Barnesfield up, and he is 0 for 1. We got Wagner down at first. Belmont at third. Wagner with great speed. Is he going to be taken off? No. On the 1-2 pitch down the short over the first. That'll end the inning, folks, but not until the Pirates jump out to a 3-0 lead. Now we got the bottom part of the order due up. Dineen and then to the top with Doherty and Collins. Sam staked to a 3-0 lead here, folks. Here's the pitch to Bill. Let's check out Doherty here. And Doherty was batted a $160 on the year, folks. See if he can help his own cause, because we don't need no stinking DH. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Go ahead, Beatles.
No, wait till this.
That's a ground ball down the short. Easy play, 1 out.
So just with this, again, like you noticed in the first game, you can just hover over the batter and get like his basic stats. But that real life stats thing is nice if you wanted to get a more complete story
Gotcha.
of his entire record. Yeah.
I thought with being a pitcher, it'd probably just give me his
Well, so if you
stats.
hover over Sam Lever right now, you're going to get
now it'll give, but when he's at bat, it'll give me his batting stats, not his pitching stats.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you, bud. Appreciate it. All right, we got Patsy Doherty up now. He is 0 for 1 today. Here's the pitch from Sam. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the third. And he lays down a bunt back to the mound. Sam's got it, throws over to first, 2 up and 2 down. Can he hold him here, put a goose egg on the board and get the Pirates back up here? Here's Jimmy Collins. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Collins. And that's going to be lifted in the center field. That drops in for a base hit, folks. Collins on with 2 outs. Are the Americans going to come out here with a 2-out rally? That brings up Mr. Stahl. And he's 0 for, he must have walked his first time up. He doesn't have a plate appearance. So here's Stahl with Collins down at first. A 1-2 pitch. That ball's hit down to second. He'll go over to first, and that'll end it. And the Pirates still lead this game 3-0 as we get to the top of the fourth. We got Richie, Sebring, and Smith due up here against Bill Dineen. Here's the 2-2 count. And that ball is in there for a strike. And that is 1 out here in the top of the fourth. That'll bring up Jimmy Sebring. What can Jimmy do? Can he start a 1-out rally here? That ball's lifted in the center field. Is that going to drop? Yes, it is. That drops in for a base hit. Now the Pirates got a runner on at first, 1 out for Hal Smith. Is he going to lay down a bunt here and try to get Sebring over in the scoring position? Here's the 2-1 pitch. He's swinging away, folks. And that's in there for a base hit. We got first and second. Pirates making some more noise here in the fourth. Bill Dineen's not fooling anybody, folks. That brings up Sam Lever. And he's 1 for 1 because we don't need no stinking DH. Can he deliver again? And that is popped up. And LaChance makes the catch for out number 2. So it's up to Belmont to get some runs in here. Jimmy down at second. Smith down at first. Both of them's got darn good speed. And that ball is driven into second, and that'll take it. That'll be out number 3. And the Pirates leave 2 on. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 3-0 Pittsburgh. Freeman, Parrott, and LaChance do up here against Sam. And Freeman's is 1 for 1 today against Lever. And here's the 1-0. And that ball is hit in the deep center field, folks. That's off the wall. And he's headed for second. Round and second. He's in there with a triple, folks. A leadoff triple. For Buck Freeman. Runner on at third. We got infield back. They're willing to give up a run for an out here. We got Freddie up. He's 0 for 1. 2 for 3, though, in this World Series. 2-2 count. That ball's hit down the third. He looks to runner back. 1 out now. It was a big out. Now you got LaChance up. He's 0 for 1 today. Can the Pirates get out of this with nobody scoring, folks? That's a ground ball down the short. He's going to go over to first for out number 2, but the run scores and makes it a 3-1 game. Now nobody out. Nobody on. 2 outs for Fierce. And here's the pitch from Sam. And that ball's hit down the short over the first. And that'll end the inning. But the Americans score 1. We go to the top of the 5th. We got Clark, Leach, and Wagner due up here. And they get that run back. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Clark. And that ball, a slow roller down the short. Easy play for out number 1. And here comes Tommy Leach. Can he get aboard here? In front of Wagner. Put some pressure on Bill. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that ball is lifted in the center field. And Stahl makes the catch. 2 up and 2 down. It's up to Wagner to keep this inning alive, folks. He's 1 for 2 today with an RBI. And he's first pitch swinging. And that's going to be in there for a base hit. No, that's going to be caught. Pop up to the second baseman, and that'll end it. They go down in order, 1, 2, 3, and we get to the bottom of the 5th. Cryer, Deneen, and then back to Doherty. Lose 0 for 1. Here's the pitch from Sam Lever. 2-1 pitch. And that ball is fisted down the first. Sam's covering. They get him for out number 1. Brings up the pitcher, Bill Deneen. Can he help his own calls, folks? He's 0 for 1. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And that's hit down the third, over the first. 2 up and 2 down. Nice play by Tommy Leach. And we're back to the top of the order and Patsy Doherty. Yeah, that's a nice trivia question. What 2 years wasn't there a World Series from 1903 to now? And that's a ground ball down the third. 1, 2, 3, go the Americans. We go to the top of the 6th. It's a 3-1 lead. And we got Barnesfield, Ritchie, and Sebring due up here against Bill Deneen. Can they add to this 3-1 lead here and give Sam some more wiggle room? Here's the 1-0 pitch. He squares, bunts it back to the mound. Easy play over the first. 1 up and 1 down. Nice play by Bill. That'll bring up Ritchie. He's 0 for 2 today. Can he get aboard here with 1 out? He's first pitch swinging down the first, over the Sam. 2 ground balls, 2 outs. And it is up to Mr. Jim Sebring to keep this inning alive, folks. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that's hit down the short, over the first. And that'll do it, folks. We go to the top of the bottom of the 6th, and it is still 3-1. We got Collins, Stahl, and Freeman, the base lever. And Jimmy's 1 for 2 today. And that's fisted back to the mound, over the first. Nice play by Sam. 1 out. And that brings up Chick Stahl. He's 0 for 1. Can he get aboard here, folks? Bring the tying run up to the plate. And that's fisted down the third. Nice catch by Tom Leach. Let's take a look at that. Hit right at him. Had to make that catch. That brings up Buck Freeman. He's having a heck of a game. 2 for 2, but there's 2 outs and nobody on.
Tommy Leach was such an important part of these Pirate teams. He could play almost anywhere, too.
Oh, did he, Beatles?
Oh, he was a superb baseball player. Not Hall of Fame, but he was very good.
Back then, like I say, being a utility player was big. Sure.
Well, yeah. So with Hannes Wagner, he came over from the Colonels, Louisville Colonels. Barney Dreyfuss had owned that. At that time, owners could own 2 teams. So he rated the best players from Louisville, including Clark. Wagner was the other one. So when Wagner joined the Pirates, he was a utility player, and not because he was bad. He could play virtually every defensive position. So he played everywhere. You would, if you look back in early game scores, you'll see Wagner playing outfield, all around the infield, whatever. I think he did everything, but I think catch is the only thing he never did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's either catch or pitch. It was one of the two. But Tommy Leach talks about it in a great book, The Glory of Their Times. He said, he said everybody knew that Wagner was the best shortstop in the league. But then they found out he was also the best first baseman, second baseman, right fielder, the whole thing. And he was. So they could play Wagner anywhere. That's
awesome.
But Tommy Leach played some really good outfield for the Bucs. And, this is a great Pirates team and a great Boston team. But if you look at both lineups, you can kind of see why the Pirates were favored to win this. Again, Wagner played injured, and Ed Doheny is in an insane asylum during this whole thing.
Passed away.
Ed Doheny,
season.
So he was. Yeah, it was kind of a mess, but this was an excellent World Series.
I googled what all happened in 1903, and I forget when he passed away.
Yeah, great stuff. But I just thought I'd make that comment about Tommy Leach. He was an excellent ball player.
Let's see here. July. So it was before the World Series he passed away. Yeah. July 2nd. Crazy. Oh, exactly, Ken. Yeah. Like I said, I knew it was over 800 and some games. Hey, Hunter. Played on the 1902 team. Cool.
That 1902 Pirates team, it was a juggernaut.
Yeah.
They were a juggernaut, yeah.
Already, we got Smith, Lever, and back to Belmont. Can they get some insurance runs here for Sam? Bill Deneen, he's got 6 hits, 3 runs, and only 1 strikeout here in this game. We're at the top of the 7th, folks. If you want to come up with something for the bottom part of the order, inning rather, Beatles, and he walks him on 4 straight pitches.
Yeah, sure will.
Not what Boston wants to see here in the top of the 7th. That'll bring up Sam. Is he going to lay down a bunt and try to get Smith in the scoring position? Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's bunted down the first baseline. It's fair ball. And he's safe at first, folks. We got first and second. Nobody out in the top of the order coming up. And here we go with Mr. Belmont. He's 1 for 3. Can he drive in a run here and make this a 3-run game, folks? He's laying down a bunt down the first baseline. That one stays fair. They field this one, and that'll be out number 1, but it's second and third. 1 out here, and we got Fred Clark up. Fred's 0 for 3. He's 1 for 7 in the World Series. Let's see here, the Americans is bringing the infield in. Can he get one by him, folks? And they're going to potentially walk him, field the bases. Might be smart. I don't know. Tommy Leach is up. Bases juiced. He's 0 for 6 in this World Series. 0 for 2 today. They're going to keep the infield in. Try to get that out at the plate. Here's the pitch to Tommy. And he's first pitch swinging, folks. And that ball is in the right left field line. That's going to score 2, maybe 3. Here's the play at the plate, folks. And that is out at the plate. 2-run score. Let's take a look at that. A 2 RBI double and a play at the plate gets the run from being a 3-run double here, folks. Down into the corner, man. Comes up firing. Nice cutoff throw. And just gets him. Sure. Nice play, but still 2-run score. And it's a 5-1 game. Hornets Wagner up with Tommy down at second. But now there's 2 outs. Can Wagner make it a 6-1 ball game, folks? And that ball is lifted in the center field. And Stahl makes the catch for out number 3, but not until the Pirates score 2 and take a 5-1 lead. Go ahead, Beatles, bud. Oh, we got to take me out to the ball game. What should they be playing here? I don't know.
In 1903, they should be playing. Actually, yeah, the Tessie song.
Tessie song. I don't know if I get in trouble if I play it on here or not. I probably would.
As long as you don't play the Dropkick Murphys version, you'll be fine.
Right.
You'd have to find a recording of the original, and you'd be okay.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So, thought we'd pick a pirate this time since they're leading. So, thought we'd do Kitty Bransfield. I was going to do Tommy Leach, but I remember that I did him on my channel. So.
Oh, not a problem.
All right. So, Kitty Bransfield, William Edward Bransfield. He was born January 7th, 1875, Worcester, Massachusetts, and died in May 1st, 1947. Must have loved Worcester because that's where he died as well. Made his major league debut August 22nd, 1898 for the Boston Doves. So started in the National League. All right, late in the 19th century, when William Bransfield played his first baseball in his hometown of Worcester, Massachusetts, he was known as Kid, then Kiddie. One day, a reporter with a bad ear mistakenly tagged him as Kitty. The name stuck. Bransfield grew into a stocky first baseman, a better fielder than hitter. The National League's Boston team gave him a 5-game trial in 1898, but he had no realistic chance of replacing star Fred Tenney on first base. In 1901, he joined the Pittsburgh Pirates, one of the greatest teams of the period, with stars such as Hannes Wagner, Fred Clark, Tommy Leach, Ginger Beaumont, DEACON Phillippe, Sam Lever, Jack Cheesebro, and Jesse Tannehill. The Pirates were loaded with talent. The Bucks ran away with the National League pennant. Bransfield ranked as a worker bee among his more famous teammates, but his rookie year provided the best offensive numbers of his career as he hit .295 with 91 runs batted in and 92 runs scored. The Pirates were just getting started. In 1902, they won the pennant by a whopping 27.5 games, winning 103 games and losing only 36. Bransfield hit .305 as injuries limited him to 102 games. Pittsburgh took its third straight pennant in 1903, but the Pirates lost to, spoiler guys, lost to Boston in the first modern World Series. Bransfield hit only .265 during the season. After hitting .223 in 1904, he was swapped to the Philadelphia Phillies with 2 other players for first baseman Del Howard. The Pirates had problems at first base for the next 15 years, suffering what came to be known in Pittsburgh as the Bransfield curse. No fewer than 12 men were designated as the regular first baseman during that period, and none of them lasted more than 2 seasons. Not until Charlie Grimm in 1920 did the curse finally disappear. In the meantime, Bransfield played a reliable first base for the Phillies through the 1910 season. He batted .304 in 1908 and led all National League first basemen in fielding the next year. He ended his major league career with the Cubs in 1911. So there you go, Kitty Bransfield.
I never heard of the Bransfield curse. Have you?
I'm a longtime Bucko fan, and that's the first time I've ever heard of it
Yeah.
too. So really
Yep.
cool.
Yeah, it is. I like it. I like it. Alrighty, we're here in the bottom of the seventh. We got Parrot, LaChance, and Ferris due up here in the bottom of the seventh. The Pirates up by 4, folks. Sam Lever on the mound. Can he hold this lead, folks, and tie this series up at 1 game apiece? Here's the 2-1 pitch down the first. He'll take it himself, and that'll be out number 1, as Bransfield knew we was talking about. He says, I got this. Ain't no problem. And now that'll bring up Candy LaChance. He's 0 for 2 today. Here's the pitch from Lever. 1-2 count. That ball is hit in the right field down the line in the corner. He's headed for second. Here's the throw. He's in there safe with a stand-up double, folks. So the Pirates now got a little bit of trouble for Sam. Runner down at second and LaChance. And Ferris due up. He's 0 for 2. And here's the 0-1 pitch, and that ball is in there for a strike, and he's in there safe with a stolen base, folks. Now we got a runner on at third and 1 out. And here's the 0-1 pitch. That ball is hit back up the middle, and that's going to be in there for a single. I don't know what Sam was doing. He's just standing there being a spectator, folks. So 1 out, 1 run in, and Ferris down at first. Here comes Cryer up. He's 0 for 2. I hear you, Mike. All righty, so here we go. Pirates looking for a double play ball here, folks. Here's the 0-2 pitch. He's off and running. Here's the throw down, and won't even be a throw down the second. They're running like crazy now, folks. So you got a runner down at second. 1 out, 5-2 ball game. Here's the full count, and that ball is in the shallow center field. Makes the catch, and runner holds at second. Big second out here, folks. 2 outs. Ferris down at second, and here's Bill Deneen. Will they have a pitch hitter for Bill?
You know, I was thinking about your project here, Dwayne, while you're doing your thing here, and
he gets a base hit. Drives in a run. It's 5-3 because we don't need no stinking DH, and he's in the second on the throw home. Yeah, go ahead, Beatles.
Yeah, I was just going to say, so for people that might not know or catch us afterward, Dwayne is doing every World Series. So it's a monster project. But what really caught me, and I'm thinking as I'm watching this, is what a great sort of capsule history of baseball, best in a way we're going to get. But I was also thinking of the great players in baseball history that we will not see in this project.
Yeah.
We're not going to see Ralph Kiner. We're not going to see Billy Williams. We're not going to see Ernie Banks. Right.
Exactly.
I mean, there's a huge list of Hall of Famers we're not going to see. And this project that I figured it out that if you did a game a day, this should take you a little over 2 years.
Is that right?
So, but man, I applaud you. This is so much fun.
Oh, exactly. I think it's going to be awesome. And like I say, Bill Deneen in there with a single and an RBI. So that's why you don't pitch hit. And now we're back to the top of the order. And how about them 2 runs in the top of the 7th? How big was that? Here comes Patsy. He's 0 for 3 today, folks. And all of a sudden now, Sam's got himself in a mess. 2 runs are in, a runner down at second. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's down the short over to first, and they get the final out, but not until the Americans come back and score 2, and we go to the top of the 8th. It's 5-3 Pittsburgh, folks. And we got Mr. Kitty Bansfield up now to lead off, followed by Richie and Sebring. Let's see if Kitty can get on base. Here's the full count. And that ball is driven into the center field. That drops in for a base hit. He's taken off for second, and he's in there with a double, folks. Nice base running, very aggressive. So we got a leadoff double, and that brings up Claudel Ritchie. And he's 0 for 3 today, folks. Can he drive in Kitty from second? Now Bill Dineen's got himself in a little bit of a pickle. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That ball is hit back to the mound over the first, gets the runner down the third. So you got a 1 out. You got Kitty down at third for Jimmy Sebring. Can he blast one out of here, folks, and get those 2 runs right back? He is 1 for 2, 2 for 5 in this World Series. He's off to a darn good start. Can he pick up his first RBI? And they're not going to pitch to him, folks. They walking. Not a bad move because he's hitting well, and I don't blame him. But Mr. Smith's having a heck of a game. He's 2 for 2. Let's see if he makes him pay for walking Jimmy. Runners on the corner, and Kitty and Sebring. And here's the pitch. 2-2 count. And that ball is lifted in the right field. Back. He makes the catch, and nobody's going to tag. I'm surprised as deep as that was. So we got 2 outs now. Runner still on the corner. Can Sam help his own cause? He's 2 for 3, folks. We don't need no stinking DH. Can he come through like Bill did? And that ball is lifted up in the air. That's a rainmaker. And that'll be out number 3. And the Pirates leave 2 on as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Will that come back to bite them in the butt? We got Collins, Stahl, and Freeman due up here in the 8th against Sam. Sam's 6 hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts through 7. Here's the pitch to Jimmy Collins. He's 1 for 3. The 1-1 pitch. And that's hit back to the mound. Sam's up with it. Throws over the first for the first out of the inning. Brings up Chick Stahl. And let's see what Stahl's done today. He's 0 for 2 against Sam. The 1-2 pitch to Mr. Stahl. And that ball is lifted in the right field. Nice play. Robbed him of a base hit, folks. Let's look at that. That could have been extra bases. Sure. Got a hold of that one. Back up against the wall. Nice over-the-shoulder catch by Sebring. Gotta love that. That saved a double. Tip of the cap. Now we got Mr. Buck Freeman. He's having a heck of a game. He's 2 for 3, folks. Can he keep this inning alive here for the Americans? He's first pitch swinging. He lifts that in the center field. And that'll be out number 3. 3 up and 3 down. We go to the top of the 9th. Pirates hanging on to a 5-3 lead here, folks. We got the top of the order due up here against Dineen, Belmont, Clark, and Leach. And Belmont's 1 for 3 with an RBI today. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that's a slow roller back to the mound. Bill's up with it, throws over the first, and he's in there with a base hit, folks. Nice job. Ginger puts on the speed. Let's check that out, see how close that was. So you got the leadoff runner aboard here, folks, for Fred Clark. He's 0 for 3. He's due. Will Ginger take off and try to steal second, folks? Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that is hit down the first. And that'll be out number 1. But the runner gets down the second. We got a runner in scoring position for Tommy Leach. He's 1 for 3 today. He's got 3 RBIs. Can Tommy get number 4 here, folks? Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's a slow roller down the third. That'll advance the runner. That'll be 2 outs now with Belmont down at third. Hornus Wagner's up. He's 1 for 4, 2 for 8 in the World Series here, folks. And here's the 1-1 pitch. That ball is hit in the right field. It drops for a base hit, and it's 6-3. They needed that. Pirates now with a 3-run lead.
Good to see the Flying Dutchman get an RBI there. That was beautiful.
Yes,
the Pirates,
it was.
I think, needed that run.
Yes, I think it's going to be big because Sam's been getting roughed up a little bit, been lucky to get out of the innings. That brings up Kitty. Can he blast through since he was the player of the game here? Or Wagner might even take off for second. Here's the pitch. And he's first pitch swinging. That ball's hit in the left field. Nice play out there at short. And that ends the inning. The Pirates score a most important run. It's 6-3. Let's take a look at that. That was a nice play out there in deep short. Now I don't want to do that. I want to look at the replay. Just got him at second. So we go to the bottom of the ninth. We got Parrott, LaChance, and Ferris due up there against Sam. Freddie's 0 for 3, 2 for 5 in the World Series, though. Here's the pitch. It's a 3-1 count. And that ball is hit in the right field with a leadoff single. And here comes the Americans making some noise here. I'll bring up LaChance. And he's 1 for 3 today with an RBI. Freddie down at first. And here's the 1-1 pitch. And he's off and running. That ball gets by. He's down at second, folks. How big was that run in the ninth? You got a runner in scoring position. Oh, 2-1 pitch to LaChance here. And he strikes him out. Big first out by Sam. That's only his third strikeout of the game, folks. And we got a pitch hitter here in Jack O'Brien. And O'Brien on the year batted .210, 3 home runs, 38 RBIs. He got Freddie down at second. Here's the pitch to O'Brien. And he's first pitch swinging. Ain't wasting no time there. That ball is hit out the right field. Sebring's got it for out number 2. And Boston's down to their last out. Pirates trying to tie this series up at 1 game apiece. And it's up to Ferris. And he's doesn't have an official. Oh, no, they're pitch hitting. Sorry. Farrell's coming up. The Duke. And he batted .400 in only 17 games, 52 at bats, folks. Let's see what the Duke can do. He's first pitch swinging, folks, and that ball is hit down the short. Wagner, nice play over the first, and that's your ball game, folks. You got to take a look at that. That was a nice dive and stop. I won't let you do the replay of that one.
On the very, yeah, I hate that on the very final play of the game, because I already noticed that was 2 years ago. I was playing a game, and Barry Bonds hit a walk-off home run, and I wanted to show it again, and it doesn't let you. The last play of the game. I know, bitch. Right?
It's 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I'll say bitch.
I know it, right? And so Mike Silva he's one of the beta testers for the game. He needs to let them know that. It's like, come on, we want to see the last play.
Yeah. I mean, especially, ninth inning, extra innings. Come on, man. Jeez, you Pete's. This is awesome. I'm enjoying the hell out of this. Sure. Oh, thank you, Ken. I think it's been great too.
I'm going to jump off the mic, but before I do, Dwayne, I got to say this. I know you were going into this with some trepidation and everything. You did a fantastic job.
Thank you. I feel like Bernie. I'm like a duck out of water, buddy.
But you did great, and you got a good grasp of what dead ball, but what is about. But what I really, really like was, I thought was a nice touch was, and again, hopefully you'll find some more facts, what was going on outside of baseball. And I hope you do that for every series.
That up, and it's crazy. I don't know. Did you ever watch the movie Big Jake?
Yes.
I love the beginning of that movie. You got the Rockefellers and blah, 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 and you got the McClintocks out west. You got such and such doing this in New York, and you got Billy the Kid fighting for his life. I'm making that crap up, but that's what it was. And
It's
and
brilliant.
you look at the time, I had to look it up in encyclopedias, and you got the encyclopedia out, and then what they wasn't bullshitting. They was telling the truth, and I'm thinking, and there's no way this was going on out west when
Right.
Babe Ruth's hitting home runs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like no way, but
Well,
it did.
if you think about this, and then I'm going to cut off the mic, and I just want to say, great job. So 1876 in the East, the National League started, and of course out west, General George Custer kind of underestimated his
Yeah,
opponent. So yeah,
exactly.
fun stuff, right?
Yeah, it's just crazy. I enjoy it because, like, say, those two things just don't seem like when you're doing history in school, it this don't seem like that's happening at the same time. It just blows
Exactly.
you away.
Anyhow, dude, brilliant. I'm going to jump off and just watch the rest of your stream. You did amazing, and I can't wait for the next 2 to 5 years, however long this takes, for this project. This is like the coolest thing ever.
Oh, like I say, we're going to take our time because I'm not going to do a game like in the middle of the day and nobody's here. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody, for the most part, everybody to be here
It'd
when
be
we
so
do
cool to get
this.
Cousin on here, wouldn't it? Get Cousin
Oh,
on here,
exactly. And he used
get
to come
Clinton,
on, so I
whatever.
know darn well he's got a mic and he's even got a camera. So
Oh, I
I don't want
know.
to
I
hear
had
it.
him on for a game one time. I was doing Diamond Mind, and he was
Yeah.
actually reading the play-by-play and stuff. It was cool. So,
Right. I
uh,
mean,
we're,
he doesn't even
right?
have to do that. Just get on here and interject whenever he wants. I mean,
I know,
yeah, I
right?
know he can do it because we used to have some nice talks on Rob's channel, so I know he can do it.
Yeah,
I
we
know
just
he's
we
got
just
the
got to get.
equipment.
Yeah, you know what though? We'll try to shame him into it. See, the Portuguese. Here's the thing. They I'll just
You're
leave it at
right.
that. Ken knows what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. I just got to give him some guff for being a Portuguese. So we're gonna have to see if he can kind of man up here for Portugal. I don't know though. I think he's scared, Dwayne. I think he's scared.
Exactly.
Anyhow, bud, fantastic job, man. Thanks for
Thank you,
inviting
Beatles.
me on
Thanks
for
for
this
coming
one.
on, bud. Like I say, if we can do it like this, I appreciate the way you can do some history and talk. I think it's awesome. We'll
Thanks,
do it
buddy.
like this. Like I say, if you're around when we're doing it,
Well,
if you don't
usually my
mind.
work schedule, I don't get home till after 10 p.m. at night. So this is
Oh,
mainly going
like
to
I
be
say, we can
catching
take
the
our
flip
time. We're
side.
in no rush with this.
All
Yep.
right.
Even if we do this on like Fridays or Sundays or something, I don't care, bud.
Well, fantastic job, bud.
Thank you, man.
All right. See you later.
So let's read here. It says the Pirates win pool even with Boston. Lever topped the Boston Americans by the score of 6-3. Got the first win for the 1903 World Series. Lever goes 9 innings, 7 hits. The Pirates. The win moves Pittsburgh into a 1-1 tie with Boston. Tommy Leach, 25-year-old third baseman, had a direct impact on the outcome. Leach contributed to a run-scoring sacrifice fly in the top of the third inning to put the Pirates up 2-0. And I'm supposedly saying it, but I didn't manage this game at all. Good baseball players make you look smart. But like I say, I didn't manage crap the AI did. You had Leach with a double. You had, let's see here, 8 men left on base. Old Jimmy got hit by a pitch. You had Clark and Ritchie committing errors for Pittsburgh. You had Belmont going 2 for 4. You had Wagner going 2 for 5. He's hitting 333 in the World Series, folks, with 2 RBIs. So Wagner and Lynch. Tommy with that 3 RBI double. Yeah. And you had Sam going 9 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, struck out 3. And let's take a look here at Boston. You had Freeman going 2 for 4. And you had LaChance and Ferris with going 1 for 4 and 1 for 3, both of them picking up an RBI. And you had poor Bill Dineen going 9 innings, giving up 11 hits, 6 runs, walked 3, and only struck out 1. And the player of the game was Sam Lever. I may have given that, though, Tommy Leach. I might have made him player of the game myself. Alrighty, folks. I want to thank everybody for showing up. You had Tim D, Ken Castro, Michael, Clinton Parks. Sorry about that, Clinton. I didn't say anything when you showed up. I appreciate it, bud. See here, Doug Hunt. Don't want to miss anybody. Oh, Hunter stopped by. Sorry about that, Hunter. Didn't see you stop in. Old Legends. He's going to have 2 ball games tomorrow, folks, at 8 and 10 o'clock. He's got the playoffs starting, the 2 wild card games. Check out that great channel. Christopher was in. I was watching some of his football games. Check out his great channel, folks. And I believe that was everybody. Like I say, we're going to take our time with this, folks. This is awesome. Having a great time with it. Okay, Mike, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, that's what time I normally get up when I go to work. It's nice being off. I wish I was like old Ken, retired. But I'm off until December 12th. So that'll be nice. Alrighty, folks. Well, thanks for stopping by. Like I say, we'll work out another date and time for the game 3. The series is tied up at 1 apiece. I think that's what it actually was. It was just vice versa. I think Pirates won the first one in real life and Boston won the second one. I hear you, Clinton. All righty, folks. Well, you all have a great evening. Until next time, you all take care.